Robert Eckert here, your Florida Board Certified Business Litigation Attorney, practicing business litigation and government investigations throughout Florida and the United States and internationally. Licensed in Florida, Texas, and Washington, D.C. Today we're going to talk about winning trade secret claims, when and how the preemption provision of Florida's Uniform Trade Secret Act applies. Under Florida's Uniform Trade Secret Act, a trade secret is defined as 1, information, 2, that derives economic value from not being generally known or ascertainable, and 3, is subject to efforts to maintain its secrecy. The Trade Secret Act requires courts to protect the secrecy of trade secrets during litigation through the use of protective orders and other measures. Misappropriation is defined by the Act as the acquisition of a trade secret of another by a person who knows or has reason to know that the trade secret was acquired by improper means. Improper means is defined to include theft, bribery, misrepresentation, breach, or inducement of breach of a duty to maintain the secrecy, or espionage through electronic or other means. Misappropriation may extend not only to the person who has misappropriated the trade secret, but additionally to anyone who has acquired the trade secret and who knows or has reason to know that the trade secret was acquired by improper means. Misappropriation may include simply disclosing the trade secret. The remedies available for trade secret theft under the Trade Secret Act include money damages, injunctive relief for the theft of the trade secret. Damages under the trade secret may be actual loss caused by the misappropriation, and they may also include unjust enrichment, disgorgement accruing to the person who misappropriated the trade secret. A court may also award exemplary damages. However, any amount awarded for exemplary damages may not exceed the amount that is awarded by a court in damages under another allowable category. The preemption provision of Chapter 688 of the Florida statutes discusses that the Trade Secret Act was intended to codify and make uniform the rights and remedies related to the theft of trade secrets, and it has not been uniformly applied. One area in which the confusion has manifested itself in the preemption provision. The preemption provision of Chapter 688 of the Florida statute displaces certain common law claims. It provides in whole, except as provided in this section, it displaces conflicting tort, restitution, and other laws of the state, providing civil remedies for misappropriation of trade secret. The Act does not affect contractual remedies, whether or not based upon misappropriation of a trade secret, other civil remedies that are not based upon misappropriation of a trade secret, or criminal remedies, whether or not based upon misappropriation of a trade secret. What is immediately clear is that not all civil remedies have been preempted by Florida's Uniform Trade Secret Act. However, some claims are more plainly excused from the scope of the preemption provision than others. Contractual remedies and criminal remedies are explicitly excluded from the effect of the preemption provision, regardless of whether they're based upon misappropriation of a trade secret. Yet the remaining claims are preempted by the Act are not yet identified. The Trade Secret Act merely states that it displaces conflicting tort, restitution, and other laws of the state, providing for civil remedies for misappropriation of a trade secret. Additionally, the preemption provision does not apply to civil remedies that are not based upon misappropriation of a trade secret. In conclusion, protection or protecting trade secrets will continue to gain importance as the value of trade secrets increases in today's economy. If you or someone you know needs legal counsel for a matter involving trade secret litigation, business litigation, or government investigations, I may be reached at 727-772-1941. And if you're viewing this video on YouTube, make sure you click on the red subscribe button below. You can also view more videos on legal topics by going to my website at www.roberteckerdlaw.com. Thank you. Until next time.